what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA Halloween 2 Retro Cloth Michael Myers, what they call it, a clothed, I believe, or clothed Michael Myers figure. So as you can see, this is it right here. Now I was definitely actually anticipating like picking this figure up, you know, because like the face sculpt on Michael Myers is just awesome, you know. That's why I decided to pick this up. Now I actually have to hold this because it's like the way the box is designed. You can't really like hold these up, you know, it will actually be tilted like this, so I'm actually like holding this, you know. Now, I wasn't like a fan of like the retro cloth like figures, you know, but the first retro cloth figure that I did actually pick up was the actual one based on Halloween like 2018. That was the actual first one that I had picked up, as you can see right here, you know. So that's why I went on ahead and went into like the line, you know, because they do have a couple of figures that I had and I thought was actually well done, you know. You could tell that figure was awesome, like in a retro cloth, you know. But yeah, this is the Halloween 2, and of course, you know, this is based on the second film in the series, Halloween 2, which is my second favorite Halloween film in the Halloween series. And I know this has been retconned, you know, it no longer exists, you know, but this is still my second favorite sequel in the series, you know. And of course, the original Halloween is my all-time favorite movie, even though I prefer the science fiction genre. I always thought that was kind of odd. That's my actual favorite film, you know, but I prefer like science fiction. But yeah, this is the packaging right here. Now, as you can see, that's how he actually looks on the inside. Now, that face sculpt is just awesome. And you can see that the accessories that he has. So I go and touch on all that. Even that artwork is awesome too. Then it also has like images on the back too of the figure as well, and accessories and stuff that he has. It also says the nightmare isn't over, and it also includes hammer, syringe, knife, scalpel, alternate head, and hand. So I'm going to open this on up. One of the things I want to touch on too, I noticed that NECA has actually kind of redesigned actual clamshell packaging. As you can see, this really actually has like these button things on the side, like right there. And you actually can just open it if you're careful. Now, mine was still chipping, but you actually can just like open it, you know. You don't even have to no longer cut it no more. And just opens on up, you know, you can slide it out, you know. Just giving that an example. Now, this is the actual cover of the figure, and this is awesome art. The guy that did this artwork, I think, just did a good job on this. It looks really superb. You can tell it's like from the final scene of the film, and Michael has like the blood tears. But I do think this is awesome, you know, this actual artwork. That is beautiful. That's cool. Of course, this was like the backup. We just showed the pictures of the figure and so on. As you also can see, this is how Michael Myers looks like on the inside too as well, before you actually take him out. As you can see, there's the NECA Retro Cloth Michael Myers figure. So I'm going to go ahead and measure him. And he is actually over 8 inches. I know most of these figures are like over 8 inches, you know, like the Retro Cloth figures. So I guess what I'll do first is actually talk about like his articulation. And I want to give a shout out to, he actually has like holes on his feet. So you can't actually put him like on a stand, if you have like a NECA stand, so you can't put him on these. But he does seem to stand, you know. I just had him on that, you know. But yeah, as you can see, here's like the actual face sculpt of the figure. Now this has to be the best Michael Myers head sculpt I think I have ever seen like on a figure. So I think NECA did a good job with that, you know. Even like the side of him looks like him, you know. He even has like the needle wound still right there on his neck from when Laurie stabbed him on the original one. With a knitting wound. As you can see, even his hair looks really like a, you know, Dick Warlock played this version of Michael Myers. But boy, that hair sculpt is just fantastic. You also can see Michael Myers like eyes in there too as well. If you look closely, I prefer when they're actually kind of like blacked out, you know, like dark, you know. I think that's pretty cool, you know. I noticed that Michael, his head, it seems like it can kind of tilt, but not too much. It's kind of limited. He can kind of like look down, but yeah, it does actually look like him, you know. This has to be, like I said before, the best face sculpt I've ever seen, like on a Michael Myers figure, from my opinion. This has to be. As you can see, this is like the cloth and material. Now, this is where I believe it's kind of, you know, I guess you could say I ain't really feeling it too much. It's because like the actual coveralls that Michael Myers wore in this film were supposedly like green, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But they actually just made it blue because it did look like blue like in a lot of the scenes of the film, you know. But as you can see, he does has like the bullet holes, and they're even bloody. And it looks like he has like about 7 too. When you count, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bullets, you know. I know it's always like controversial of the way Dr. Loomis actually said, you know, shot him 6 times, you know, shot him, you know, like that. Yeah. But the only thing that bothers me about this actual cloth and material is I don't like how you can see the stitching in it. If you couldn't see the stitching in it, I'd have been much more like this would have been completely superb from my opinion. But if you hold it back somewhat, you don't actually see like the actual stitching in Michael. You don't really see it in them, you know. If you actually hold it back, you know, you don't see it in them, you know. But when you get close, that's when you start kind of seeing it, you know. But it's pretty cool. I think this is an awesome figure, you know. You can also open Michael up too as well, you know. I don't normally do this. And you can actually see, like, now that's awesome because you did not see that in the film. You can actually open this up and see like the bloody like bullet wounds on Michael. I see he has like abdominals too, you know, even like the chest, you know. So I think that's kind of cool that they did include that you actually can see the bullet wounds. Here's his shoes too as well, which I think look cool. Now Michael's arms, they can kind of go up. But they do seem like they're kind of tight, so I'm gonna be kind of careful with it. But it can like go up. He has like an ab crunch. He does have a bend at the elbow too as well. He does seem to be kind of tight, you know. But yeah, he does have arc or bend in the elbow, both elbows. Hand can be turned too as well. Of course, the leg can lift up like that too. Look like this one kind of stiff too, so I just leave it there. Even this one can lift up. And of course, he can do the splits. But yeah, I think this is an awesome figure. I'm impressed with it, you know. Like I say, I wish that the stitching right there wasn't so visible on it, you know. And this face sculpt, like I say, I think this is probably the best face sculpt I have ever seen, like on a Michael Myers figure, without a doubt, you know. Now what I want to do is actually talk about the actual accessories that come with the NECA Retro Cloth Halloween 2 Michael Myers figure. First one up is the actual alternate mask, which is the Blood Tears mask, and this is another that is actually awesome, superb. Now I do believe that this is the better face sculpt of the Halloween 2 Ultimate Michael Myers figure we got, you know. This is the one I thought really did good on that figure. Still has like the wound right there from when Laurie stabbed him on his neck too. And he has like the blood tears. Boy, that face sculpt is just awesome, dude. You can even see Michael's well, I guess you could say bloody eyes through the mask, you know. That's really a good job right there. So what I guess I do now is actually try it on too as well. You also can see that Michael Myers' head was actually on the ball joint too. It's kind of large too. Just giving that as an example. And here, as you can see, is the actual the bloody tears mask of Michael Myers right here, as you can see on him. It went on pretty easy too, you know. Alright. And the next accessory that comes with the Retro Cloth Michael Myers Halloween 2 figure is an alternate hand, and it's actually like the right hand right here, as you can see. The next accessory that comes with the Halloween 2 Retro Cloth Michael Myers figure is the actual scalpel. And you know, like, this is the main weapon that he really did use in the film. I know his trademark is like what, like the kitchen knife or butcher knife, but in Halloween 2 from 1981, this is the primary weapon that Michael really was using a lot, like the scalpel. I'm still surprised at how huge it is too. It looks so small, like in the film, you know. This is awesome. I like this. As you can see, there's Michael Myers with the actual scalpel, like in his hand too, as well. Like I said, I'm still surprised at the size of that too, you know. The next accessory that comes with the actual Michael Myers figure is the actual knife right here too as well. And of course we all know this is the L-Rod knife, you know. Harold, you want mayonnaise on your sandwich? From at the beginning of the film, Michael Myers went in the couple's house. How about mustard? Yeah. And as you can see, there's Michael Myers holding the actual kitchen knife right here, with the L-Rod knife. I actually had to switch out that particular hand too, like the actual scalpel hand that was actually on him, because you could tell this hand was actually made more for that knife, you know. And the next accessory that comes with the Michael Myers figure, with Retro Cloth Halloween 2 Michael Myers figure, is the actual hammer right here. You remember he used this on the security guard in the hospital. I forget what his name was. And there's Michael Myers with the actual hammer in his hand too as well. The last accessory that comes with the Retro Cloth Halloween 2 Michael Myers figure is this actual syringe right here, where you can see like needle. I still think these are nicely done too as well. It looks like it's actually fluid in it. You can set the bars on it too, like the measurement. I think that's still cool. And there's Michael Myers with the actual needle in his hand too, a syringe, as you can see. Okay, you remember he used this on Nurse Janet in the film. He stabbed her right in her, like her temple. Yeah, that was an awesome scene. Now I must admit, now this isn't like necessary, but it does seem like kind of odd that they didn't include like another pumpkin, like a skull pumpkin, because they have been like already including that with the other like figures from NECA, so it's kind of surprised that, you know, they didn't actually include like another like pumpkin with this particular version of Michael Myers too as well. I think this is an awesome figure so far too, by the way, you know, surprisingly too, you know. Like I said, if anything, I don't like the stitchings on it, you know. But what I want to do now is actually compare them with like some of the other Michael Myers figures I have. Now right here, as you can see, is the actual ultimate Michael Myers, you know, figure. And they are kind of different like in size. Now this one is still actually on the stand, you know, but you can tell they actually are like different and like in size, you know. Just comparing them, you know. Now the face sculpt on the cloth one is, from my opinion, far superior than one that's on this ultimate one, you know. Another thing I wanted to touch on too is like their actual accessories too as well, you know. Like if you look at Michael Myers, like his actual, which is kind of interesting too, you know. They're almost, you can tell they really were different sizes. Like this right here is the ultimate scalpel for Michael Myers, as you can see. And then this right here is the actual Retro Cloth Michael. So they were like different like in size, as you can see. You can see like the actual difference in them. See how much more length that the Retro Cloth has over the ultimate one. But it's still actually identical. I think that's awesome. Then another thing too is like the actual like hammers too as well. These, they had like the same accessories, but you could tell they actually did have them like different like in size. Like here's like the actual hammer. You can see like the difference in size. Then they also have the actual there's like the L-Rod knife. Here's like the two like L-Rod knives or kitchen knives, and even these are like different like in size too as well. Then of course even like the syringe, you know. It's actually different in size too. Just give another shot. Another thing too, and I did think that the actual ultimate Michael Myers, like Blood's face or Blood Tears mask, was actually the better one of the figure. But then here's like the newer version, you know, like from the retro cloth, you can see they do have like a size, a different size. Yeah, I think this one's like probably superior. And up next is another figure I want to talk about. It's based on Halloween 2 from NECA, you know. It's the actual Tooney's Terror version, as you can see right here it is. Just showing that off too as well, you know, like the comparison. Yeah. And the last figure I actually want to compare Michael Myers with is the actual retro cloth Halloween 2018 figure. And this is the first cloth that figure that actually I got, you know. Now it does like it's kind of a different size with these two, you know, but I do have that one on the stand, because even on the stand, I can still tell that the recent Michael Myers is a little taller than this one played by James Drew Corey, as you can see. But yeah, just showing them, I'll give them a comparison. Because you know that does supposed to be the same mask, but like age, even though this film right here no longer exists, and the most been retcon, you know. Okay, as you can see, here's my NECA Halloween collection so far, you know. I have like the quarter scale Halloween 2018 Michael Myers, you know, which is a superb figure, and it's so awesome for its size, you know. I like having those quarter scale figures, they just look so awesome, you know. Then here's the retro cloth Halloween 2 Michael Myers, the Ultimate Halloween 2 Michael Myers, both from 1981. Ultimate Laurie Strode from Halloween 2008, the Ultimate Michael Myers from Halloween 2018, the retro cloth that Halloween 2018 Michael Myers, and the Tooney Terrors Michael Myers figure. Awesome collection. Okay, as you can see, there's the NECA retro cloth Halloween 2 1981 Michael Myers figure. Or you can say a clothed figure, because I know that's what they be calling it too. It's actually like clothed too, or clothed figure. But I know most call it a retro cloth figure. This is an awesome figure. You know, I'm kind of surprised that I really did like it as much as I did, you know, and I'm just not getting into like the retro cloth figures. Because I must admit, some of the figures that NECA has put out, you know, do look kind of awesome to me, you know, as far as like they're not overly baggy. Like even this is not overly baggy. But if anything, I don't like how you can see like this actual stitching, like on Michael Myers like coveralls. I don't really like how you can see that too. But you only really see it when you actually get like close to him, you know. If you're kind of back from a distance, or you kind of like, depending on the kind of lighting you use, you know, it doesn't really look too bad, you know. But still, it's like an awesome figure. Like the face sculpt I said for this figure is superb. That has to be probably the best Michael Myers face sculpt that I have ever seen, like on a figure, from my opinion, you know. I don't think I've ever seen like a Michael Myers face sculpt that good, you know. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this one up, you know. And I know they have the upcoming Dr. Loomis and Laurie Strode, like in her hospital gown, like those coming too as well from NECA in the retro cloth style, you know. I'm definitely looking forward to the Dr. Loomis one. I believe that one might be kind of cool, you know, because it does look kind of awesome, you know. But even the Laurie Strode too as well, 'cause I think they're supposed to be like actually packed together. Now I'm hearing sometime this summer, I heard like August, I think, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm definitely looking forward to picking that one up too as well. But yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this one up, you know. And of course, this is based on Halloween 2 from 1981, which I had right on the Blu-ray. Well, this is one of the versions I have. This is my second all-time favorite Halloween sequel to the original. You know, this has been like retcon, like no longer exists, you know, because of like the new Halloween 2018 film, which made it seem like that film didn't happen at all, or in the other films in the series, you know. But yeah, I definitely recommend picking this on up, you know. It's awesome, you know, especially like on the face sculpt alone. Like the face sculpt is just amazing, you know. But please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.